2, baby. It's just 2 minutes. Your 2-minute tax tip starts now. Strange. Hello, this is Will.
There was a fraud and misconduct on your tax which you are hiding from the federal government.
No, this can't be.
This needs to be rectified immediately, so do return the call as soon as you receive the message.
Hold me, Trump.
The number is 844-600-276-5.
Trump, what do I do? I need to call these guys back.
Thanks for calling Internal Revenue Service. How can I help you?
Yeah, I know how you can help. You can watch this video about tax scams. Who do you think you're fooling, man? That's right. I hope you don't get fooled either. In this video, I'm going to try to cover tax scamming. Now, there's been a lot of tax scamming going on, even with our own clientele base here at advisorfi.com. I've been getting voicemails forwarded to me, emails forwarded to our teams, where it supposedly comes from the IRS, but it's really a group of tax scammers that are trying to take money from taxpayers. And that's how they position the taxpayer, is they try to bully them into paying a bill that really doesn't exist. So in this video, what I want to break down is what the IRS does not do, what the IRS does do, and how to be aware of what's going on if you're receiving a phone call directly from the IRS. Never happens from the IRS. So in this video, we're going to break that down and give you the tools to combat tax fraud in your own life. And if you have experienced it, then we'll give you some information about that pretty soon. But we only have 2 minutes, so let's dive right in. Okay, so here are the basics. Tax scamming is a huge problem here in the United States, and quite honestly, I've been meaning to make this video because there's been a lot of our own clients that have been asking us, a lot of people online that really don't have any good information about what to do about tax scamming. But basically, thousands of people have lost millions of dollars and their personal information as a result of tax scamming. Okay, so what does the IRS not do? Well, they never initiate contact with the taxpayer by way of email, by way of text messages, or even through social media channels when they're trying to request personal and financial information. So if you're receiving an email, a text message, or something through a social media channel saying that it's the IRS trying to collect a debt, you can absolutely ignore it every single time, because that is not the IRS trying to contact you. The IRS will never threaten to immediately bring you into the local police or report you to the FBI or anything like that. This is actually really crucial. The IRS will never use a specific payment method for your taxes, such as a prepaid debit card, gift cards, or what's really popular out there is iTunes gift cards. The IRS will never ask you for your credit or debit card information over the phone. Now, what do scammers try to do? They do a lot of different things, but the top 5 are basically this. Number 1, they try to demand payment for a federal student tax. If you want some information about that, that'll be in the description below. Number 2, they like demanding immediate payment for taxes over the phone using an iTunes gift card or some other kind of gift card. This is extremely popular with tax scammers. Number 3, they'll call and they'll try to solicit some of your W-2 information from your payroll or other human resources professionals. Tax scammers will sometimes call accounting firms trying to request this information about one of their employees, and this is a strategy that they use in order to try to steal taxpayer information. Number 4, tax scammers will try to verify tax return information over the phone. Do not hand any information over the phone, even if it is the IRS that's calling. And number 5, tax scammers pretend that there are other tax professionals that are in the industry trying to collect other information from you. All right, guys, we're out of time. Oh, but wait a minute. We have enough time for bonus tip. Bonus tip. Okay, we made it to the bonus tip of this section. What I want to give you is just a couple tips about tax scamming and whether or not you should be doing something about it. And so what I want to bring to your attention is that there is something that you can do about tax scamming, and the IRS has a lot of information about that. There's going to be a ton of links down in the description below that'll give you some information about tax scams, what to be aware of, what to do as a taxpayer, what to look out for, all the different techniques that tax scammers use. But in this bonus tip, what I want to try to do is cover 4 things that you can mainly do as a result of tax scamming. Basically, number 1, the very first thing that you should do is you should never ever give out any of your personal information whatsoever over the phone. Don't give out your social security number. Don't even verify your date of birth. Unless you've received something in the mail, you don't ever answer a question over the phone, even if it is the IRS. All you need to do is either hang up immediately, and if you really feel like it's the IRS calling, then what you could do is easily explain to them to send you something in the mail. And if they try to request some of your personal information, you could just simply say, I believe you already have it on file, just send me something in the mail, and you can hang up then. But that's a great strategy to try to avoid handing out personal information to those over the phone. Number two, if you do get those voicemails or those phone calls, there's an agency called TICTA that you can call to report that tax scam. TICTA has a website that you can report all IRS impersonation tax scams on their website, or you can call the 1-800 number that's right here on the screen, which will be down in the description below. But TICTA is the agency that goes after these tax scammers. Number three, you can also report it to the Federal Trade Commission, so the FTC. The FTC is also out there trying to eliminate a lot of these tax scamming calls, and you can submit this information to the FTC, and all they really require is that you just add a note to your submission that says IRS telephone scam. And number four, this is absolutely critical. If you really do think you owe taxes, then what you should do as a taxpayer is you call the IRS directly to confirm whether or not you do owe taxes. Don't ever answer these phone calls that are trying to collect a balance that they say you owe. But if you really do feel like you owe, or if you do know that you owe taxes to the federal government, what you should do is you should call the 1-800 number that contacts the federal government directly and ask them whether or not you indeed have a tax balance, and they'll be able to walk you through that. Also, I'm going to put a link in the description below that you can set up an online account with the IRS to determine whether or not you have tax balances. The IRS does have a website where you can register your personal tax information, and it'll tell you exactly how much money you owe out there and for what years you owe it, so that way you're aware at all times if indeed you owe money to the federal government. Okay, that's it. Thanks everyone for watching. Hopefully that answered all your questions about tax scammers. There's going to be a ton of links in the description below. Feel free to utilize this. I hope you guys aren't receiving these tax scam calls, but they're running rampant. You need to be very, very careful with this. Don't ever hand out your personal information. Also in the description below, there's going to be links of who to report these tax scammers to, so that way we as taxpayers and as citizens, we can try to eliminate a lot of these tax scam calls. Okay, well, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you at the next video. Wow, that was the best 2 minutes of your life. Hey, thanks for watching. Hopefully we were able to answer all your questions with our 2-minute tip. Be sure to subscribe by clicking the button below, and check out this video over here for our latest release, and that playlist down there for our best playlist, and we'll see you guys at the next video.